Nice. Everybody greened up and game number 2 incoming. And in the bottom corner we have spawn of SUD, which is Mo. And right now he doesn't see any hunt, so he will be forced into the chickens, which is pretty much okay for an Oasis. Not really much else you could expect. And moving on to other suits who are spawned on the left and right of him, because Mo is actually a pocket, and you can see both of those guys are pretty far away looking at the mini-map, so it's pretty interesting spawn of the map. And you can see that Green is also gathering chickens, as he doesn't see any hunt at all. The last guy from this team is Goku, also gathering chickens. And looking at the minimap, he doesn't see any hunt as well, just these monkeys. They are better than nothing, but not really all that great, because they don't really carry all that many food and they run around a lot, so it means a lot of time walking for your willies. And as if to keep in the theme of this part of the map, trio of helpful monkeys as a relic. Moving on to the GVTs, Matapato is the first here, who will be mirroring the Zeus. And he, on the other hand, sees these 4 zebras. And into the front, there's just hyenas. And, well, this is pretty sweet. And that's for Goku, though. And once he sees that, he moves there as well. Okay, so that's berries and 4 zebras, which is more important. And another batch of monkeys. There are some berries for the teal. And maybe some hunt. No, just monkeys. At the back, there's nothing going on instead of just double TCs right next to each other. This could be a pretty sweet spot for some underworld passage to take down both of them in the mythic. And moving on Tadeo. Chickens, but moved somewhere else. Into the zebras here. For some 4 zebras. Nice one. But other than that, he doesn't really see anything interesting, just a batch of monkeys again. Nice back TCs. And, well, this seems like a sweet spot for him. 2 giraffes, possibly more, and some gazelles as well. That's going to be very nice for him. Moving on to red. Monkeys for him, and otherwise he is forced into the chickens, as it seems he just ran out of zebras, but he has double of berries. That should sustain him quite nicely. And looking at the front, more berries, and a lot of hunt here, which is more for green. And he will definitely make use of those hyenas. Another spot of berries, and just a few hyenas. Okay, not much interest in there. But the relic, oh, that's a very good one. That's a very good one that makes Willis very, very well defensible against any raid. More relics on the map, better Chair Ballista, Zipaspists, and so on. Better units are always great, and another one, better town center population. Alright, that's going to help anyone who picks it. We can see that this is a 4-spot Oasis, which makes a wall in between those forests pretty crucial. Everybody should be taking a wall right between them to protect from raiding in the middle, which can be pretty deadly if you underestimate it. And otherwise, as for TCs, they are pretty even and very kinda defensive-ish. And these two from I Am Draco are very close to each other. He doesn't have a back one, but still, this is very close to him. And it will take him just 1 migdol to actually secure both of them. So it could be kinda interesting to see what happens here from yellow. If he will try to actually steal it, that could be interesting. Anyway, let's look at some upgrades. Yeah, 60% from Matapato. And how is it looking for his enemy? Yep, Hermes, and he is having 2 guys here on the praying, so that means Centaur raiding. What else? Moving to other guys, Mo is not advancing yet. He'll probably play the standard Wrathing, as you'd expect. I Am Draco as a set. Not advancing yet either. The Hades. Also not going yet. 440, well, you should be coming up. You'll be really late, that's like 6 minutes. Okay, so we are probably going for some boom. Interesting wall-in, but anyway. Tadao just clicked into the prosperity, and he will probably go for another boom. Last time he also clicked the prosperity this early and went for 3TC boom, and this time it will be pretty safe for him. So I kind of think he will repeat the strategy. Matapato is already massing an army through Valor, the Oracles and the Prometheans, and will be trying to raid I Am Goku, but he is through as well, and this guy together with Jason will be enough to defend his release. But he has to wall a bit better. Needs to put walls here. Well, there seems to be a lot of wood right next to this line, so just a wall here, and it should be good to go. Okay, so that's just Matapato trying to scout the terrain to find the release. That's a good idea. But really, Goku should be careful about walling himself properly, or he will regret it. In the middle, the compulsory walling is coming up. Mouse is already in. Decided that he doesn't want the gold. He might have built a wall right next to it, but it would be long, so it's probably the better choice here. You can see that green is really taking the middle seriously. He really wants to mine it to the fullest. And blue also a pretty decent wall, and he is luckier than his yellow counterpart, and the gold is on his part of the wall. But still, yellow has more than enough gold in this mine, and these at the back, so he shouldn't really be starving all that much. Some battle going on, well, not really, because Matapato doesn't really have enough army to push through his purple enemy, especially when Mo is trying some Sphinx raiding, obviously. That's 2 Sphinxes and maybe some more. That's just 2 monkeys. But maybe he will repeat what he did against ARF and make like 5 or 7 Sphinxes, or how much they have. And that would be quite nice and could be a surprise to his enemies. Right now though, we can see that I Am Draco has taken second and right now is going for 30C, just because they are so close and very easily defensible for him. So that's kind of good strategy. You can see that Alfheim is at 2 TCs, going for a third as well. And Tadao is going to TCs, and I would be thinking that third won't be long after. Yeah, he's not really doing anything else. I'm kind of curious why he isn't walling. He's protecting from some raiding. He's just thinking that his ally, Matapato, will protect him from the centaur raids. Which he probably will, because he is binding all the army from purple. But I'm not really sure where are you going, or aren't you putting enough pressure on the purple? But, well, anyway, purple is right now housed. That's kind of unfortunate for him, waiting for Willies. Soon we'll be waiting for some centaurs and waiting for some more hippicons. So it seems like Teal is just trying to change the venue. From attacking from the front, he's trying to go into it from the right, but right now Purple has walled himself in through the houses, which is pretty nice and good to see. And especially on the left, this is kind of funny, where Green is definitely taking the game right to the doorstep of Yellow. He's even gathering gold unprotected. Really, that's kind of risky, but he knows he has nothing to worry about. And right now Mo advanced into Hathor, and he wasn't going to TC boom. So that's kind of interesting, and a big battle going on the right side between Matapato and I Am Goku. I Am Goku has army just of some Odysseus, some Hippicons, and a lot of Centaurs. which could be enough if he microed decently. And he could do a lot better if he actually upgraded the towers. He would be then pretty well protected. Goku was trying to outmaneuver his opponent, but didn't really succeed so far. And right now this is a pretty decent army if he wanted to go for Raiden. Yeah, so if he kinda walled himself in, made some towers, he would have a pretty decentish army. This is kinda a good battle, but it would require a bit better micro from Goku, I think. He who wasn't really targeting the correct armies, and right now he's been outmaneuvered by the Teal, and he is forced to retreat. And yes, those Epicons will probably die somewhere along the road. Not much else going on the map, so let's just check how everybody is doing in their echo, I think. You can see that yellow is trying to help his purple teammates, so this will allow green to actually storm through his base if he discovered this. Well, if I am Draco, at least send some scout. You could see that yellow has absolutely nothing here. And even though he's not heroic yet, could still do a lot of damage with just some Axemen and such, because you can see that Mo is full on the right side, as I am Goku is not, well, I would think that he was handling his enemy pretty well, but Mo is deciding to go for the double here, and they will definitely need to hope that they will be successful, because if they are not, and I am Draco is able to outboom his opponent and actually establish some forward base, well, with all those idols, I'm not exactly sure Yellow has to worry about anything. But, well, okay. Before the battle on the right side begins again, I'm just gonna check some TCs. Maybe someone is advancing. No, nobody's advancing yet. So we are now locked in some fights. But right now, Matapato is housed and is at full pop, which means that he should be thinking either about another TC. Yeah, these two Willies probably are going for it, or an advance, and he seems to be going for the TC, yeah. That's probably the better choice there, because he needs to handle two enemies at once, and this nothing from him allows Purple to actually have a raid at his teammates. Yeah, those two guys are kinda too slow. But they are so far unlucky in finding their opponents, and Tadao is ready for the army here. So it's not really going to be a surprise, and we see some shift in sands. Okay, yellow and green. Very nicely fighting. Or rather fighting, just mining at the same camp. It's kind of funny. And, well, will they take a hack at those Willies? Yes, they will. Oh, that was pretty bad. Overkill, all four at one Willy. Could have killed two Willies just there, but still, he's killing everything. Because Tadao for some reason gave up, and, well, this is costly to Alfheim. That's a lot of Willies down. But at the same time, we need to look back at the right side, where Mo is at 2 TCs. And his presence is finally being known to Matapato, who is right now having trouble handling him himself. Because Goku's army is raiding on the left, and a bit of Epicons here are just enough to do a lot of trouble in Matapato's base. That's a pretty decent push from Mo. And Tadao is helping with his ancestors. Okay, well, that was kinda not needed because Mo was already retreating. Not exactly sure why, he had a lot of army here, but still. Still, they are retreating, and this should give enough time to the Brazilian Teal to somehow think what to do about his opponents. So, they are running away. At the same time, oh wow, this is a pretty good catch from Purple on Tadao. What's happening? Why are you running away? he just missed a pretty good hack there. It could have been a lot of dead Willies, but right now it's just gonna be a dead Pharaoh, and this army is going to catch up. So Goku found nice patch of Willies, but just missed it. And right now he's going to lose quite some army there, and they're almost dead, so they will be catchable by Willies. So let's go back to the battle on the right side, where actually the battlefield switched from GVT to SUD side. But it's not really like they have enough push, and those allies with siege towers and being closer to the production buildings should mean that SUDs will defend this quite nicely. And Matapato, yeah, he is trusting in, believing in himself, taking this battle on. I don't think it is the best course of action, but at least it engages his enemy and gives him chance to build some better units. Not sure if that's what he wants, but that's what happened. On the left side though, we still see Green and Mo gathering at the same gold. And at the same time, finally Draco pushing on the left side against his Alfheim enemy. And he's doing a pretty decent job there. Well, but not really good enough. As you can see, Alfheim's units and strong swords are really enough to somehow kill the army of I Am Draco, who is not doing enough there. And on the right side we see a full 2v2. That's what we want to see, some big battles. And the house is looking for a Tadao Easy advanced into some upgrades. Yep, the baseline, heal, nothing much. And how about yellow? Nothing. And yeah, I'm Goku as Zeus. I don't really need to look. He won't be having any upgrades yet, just the mediums there. This is a pretty important battle because once this goes through for GVT and they get right to Goku's TC, it might be a tough time going for SUDs from there. And well, Mo's just giving up really soon, as he kinda recognizes that this is not going his way. That was really early resign, but still. We see he probably resigned because of Alfheim's mythical units, because even though he's Hades, he still has the Colossi, and that would be really enough because Green wasn't able to do anything and he was being pushed back by Alfheim. So okay, really good job, and GVT take this 2-0 and it's a done deal. And I kind of find it funny that I actually thought that Green was fighting versus Yellow for like half of the game. Actually, you might have noticed that, some weird commentaries there. And well, that happens. Anyway, pretty good battles on the right side and some good radiant from the purple, but it wasn't really enough. And GVTs maybe pulled an upset. Some might have been expecting that SUDs should be taking this match, but Tadao was really playing well. And his teammates, they weren't far behind, they were actually on par with him. And they were playing pretty decently as well. Let's look at the post game. Alfheim, as the Hades, was having the best score there. It's kind of interesting. But again, Tadao was a beast on the Echo, and deservedly so. Okay, so this is the explanation why Alfheim was the best in score, because he was just killing a whole lot of army from I Am Draco. He was just massing something that wasn't any good. Yeah, just the ratio is really sad. Now Vimes is pretty much the reverse. That's the reason for the score right there. And Matapato, the same as the last game, just picking up the scraps at the bottom. But still, his role in the team is, I think, clear. And his teammates just use the early advantage that he gains for them. Pretty good team play. Good job and GG.